Child that goes to Monty, and I live out in the county. I live in Jennings County. And I chose, when they opened up the enrollment, I chose to pull her out of Jennings County, bring her to Jefferson County, even to a school that's dilapidated, from a practically brand new school, because of the quality of the instruction that she's receiving. And she went from a 5-star school to Monty, and I couldn't be prouder of the improvement that she's made. It doesn't, to me as a parent, the quality of the building, it doesn't matter. It's the quality of the instruction.
Yes. Okay, so, and I think that's a really good point. So let me speak to that for a second. I think that's true. And we've got our programs in place now that really create that opportunity for us. But we're talking about some other things beyond just the building structure. We're talking about the air quality.
Oh, no.
We're talking
but
about
what I'm saying is
it.
that, yes, a new building would be enticing.
Yeah, it is.
But if the quality of the teachers and the instructions and the programs are there, that's just as enticing to a refurbished building as it is a new.
I think what some of our business and industry in this area have said, you know, when they're recruiting engineers or physicians or other types of professionals, one of the things they ask for is what are your schools like? You know, not only programming, because we can show you all kinds of AP programming, dual credit programming, special needs programming, whatever you want. And Dr. Jenner is here and she can answer any of those. She's our Senior Director of Learning. But we can't show you the buildings that make that happen. We cannot show you, we've got one-to-one, but we can't show you collaborative spaces because we don't have collaborative spaces. They didn't build those 50 years ago. You know, our building's done really well. They have, but they're dilapidated.
We are in an open market. We've got to compete with Scott County, Jennings County, Switzerland County, Trimble County. We've got to compete. And, you know, that's just the way it is. We're now, you know, open, and we've got to go for it, people. We've got to go for
It's a
it.
good thing. It makes us stronger to do that. It makes us stronger. Sir, did you have a question earlier?
Yeah, I'm a little confused on this property tax thing on the 40, and you keep talking about the 1.4. If there's no caps to protect the homeowner, you're going to be taxed the full amount above what you're getting paid now, because in referendums, if I understand it right, anything that's voted on with the referendum, it's all above. There's no this 1, 2, 3 does not protect you at all. Now, if you have other debt go down underneath the cap, then you're still going to pay the full 40 cents. Your other top property tax could go down. But from my experience, as other debts roll off, new debts roll in. So if they decide to do a county project that goes towards the property taxes, then you're still going to pay that 40 no matter where this cap falls, because it's above the cap. The cap, there's no protection, in my understanding, with the referendum, you're going to pay the 40 no matter if you bump the property taxes or the cap or not.
I'll speak to that. I'll be happy to speak to that, because I've done a lot of research from the task force. And my name is Bill Hensler, and I've been involved in the task force since day one. So we've been meeting every 2 weeks in September on this project. We had 3 phases project. One was the project itself, payment, and the process were all part of that. Now, what David's talking about is true to an extent, and I brought this form because one thing that the task force wants to do, and our purpose is to educate everybody about how this all works, because this is an individual decision. It'll affect David differently, it'll affect me, or it'll affect Warren, it'll affect Bob Hicks over here. It'll affect all of us differently, so each one of us has to become educated how it affects us personally, and then make a decision whether we're willing to invest our money into the community for the betterment of everyone. But the best thing you can do as far as education on this issue is everybody gets one of these statements. It's a TS 1A. And if you're a tax owner, or a property owner, you get one of these forms, okay? And this will give you all the information you need to make a wise decision for yourself and for the community on this issue, because it's very personal. You get a vote yes or no on it. This will tell you if you're tax capped or not. Currently, 4.6% of the net assessed value of property in Jefferson County, 4.6% of that net assessed value is tax capped, and that includes a TIF, or the TIF part of it, up on top of the hill. So this will tell you if you are affected by that. And David, you're exactly right, because if you're capped, which means you're capped, you're paying the top amount that you're supposed to pay, okay? And you'll see that, it's on this, about the middle line in your statement, if you go look for that, so you can educate yourself on that. And then if you are capped, this part does go beyond the cap, and it will be 14.5 cents is the addition to the tax rate for the project. The cost of the project is 14.5 cents to the debt service tax rate portion of the total school tax. And the interesting thing about these forms is you can actually see how the taxes are broken down for you individually for everything that's charged for you, which is schools, libraries, county, city property, municipal. All those things for you all are filled out there so you can study that, okay? So at the end of the day, go out there, educate yourself so you can make a decision for yourself on how you feel about this.
And one of the things, walking through E.O. Muncie, and as I walked through there, my eyes kept getting scratchier and my skin was starting to get scratchy. Literally, we were in E.O. Muncie for maybe an hour or so touring that facility, and for 2 days, I had issues with allergies, and I don't have serious allergies. Okay, 2 days. It was, I was taking the allergy pills and doing, and that 2 days in that building, I never could send my kids who have serious allergy problems. Thankfully they're going to Rikers Ridge because we would have had even more issue. It was bad. It was, in that, and that was very eye-opening to me.
Thank you. So we invite you on the tour, but you might want to bring a mask.
One thing that I think is very important when they look at the 40 cents and not just 14 cents has been referred to. I think the 14 cents that gets referred to time and time again is very, very misleading. So I truly think people need to consider 40 cents and look at the impact. For example, it varies considerably from home to home or even on downtown businesses.
And I think it goes back to what Bill has said. We would encourage everyone to look at their taxes, to figure out personally what you can support in terms of this project. Bill, did you want to add something else?
Well, just a comment, Warren, we can talk about it outside, and so we can educate one another on things. But DOGF and Umball Associates CPAs in Minneapolis have shared with us that this impact is, yes, the maximum tax rate is 40 cents. So the debt service portion of your property tax cannot exceed 40.5 cents. Okay. Of the 40.5 cents that's in that question, we already pay 26 cents. It's already there. And over the life of that thing, you see the blue line drop down. That 26 cents just gets used in the whole project. So the net effect of the project is 14.5 cents on top of the 26 cents that we already pay, and the gross would be 40.5 cents. And that's how it was explained to me by DOGF and Umball.
Yeah, but that's not true for any property owner that's at the cap.
That's exactly what's right here.
And it's not true as the other 26.5 cents gets used up by the government. It's kind of like when we got the sales tax, we were all supposed to see our property taxes go down. How many of you saw your property taxes go down when we took the school all off and put over on the sales tax? It didn't happen. And you won't.
That's the same issue. And again, we're here to educate, so you know to educate yourself, to get resources. Don't look for it yourself and find it out. We want you to be educated on this to make a good decision. Because it is personal, and it comes down to what's important to you and how you want your community to react to it. So,
Let's take one more question. Yes.
I just want to say that if we don't do this now, what is going to happen to our schools? And like Trevor was saying, it's going to cost more money in the future if we don't do this now. I mean, our schools aren't going to better themselves. And what price are we going to put on our kids' safety? The air they're breathing. I can't get a price on my kids' safety. So I think that's something that everybody needs to think about as well.